Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Julie Chrisley hints at Nanny Faye next Golden Bachelorette. Julie Chrisley has hinted at Nanny Faye Chrisley being the next Golden Bachelorette. This would be great for Chrisley fans. Nanny Faye has been single for a long time, so fans would love to see her get back into the dating scene. However, this could work out for the Bachelor franchise as well, as it would bring in a lot of viewers. Keep reading to find out more about this situation. Todd and Julie Chrisley were recently let out of prison. However, they have been adjusting to life outside a cell. Since then, they have talked about finding Nanny Faye Chrisley a man. However, this is not something she seems interested in. Nanny Faye was married until the passing of her late husband in 2012. Since then, she has not shown much interest in dating. However, could Todd and Julie open her eyes to the dating world? It seems that the two have a good idea for her that could be a possibility if she were open to it. However, it is ultimately up to Nanny Faye, and if she wants to date. Julie Chrisley has hinted at Nanny Faye Chrisley being the next Golden Bachelorette. However, Nanny Faye may not be into the idea. Todd told her that he was going to put her on a dating site. Julie jumped in to say, she might be on the Golden Bachelorette. Todd agreed with what Julie said. However, Nanny Faye refused. You're not putting me nowhere. I'm resigning. I'm through. Todd mentioned how she could have 12 men at the same time. However, Nanny Faye said she didn't even want one, so she is not interested in the dating scene. Fans are disappointed as she would have made a great lead. It seems as though Nanny Faye has no interest in being the next Golden Bachelorette. However, fans would love to see her on there. Nanny Faye has not dated or been married since the passing of her husband. However, she does not want a man. She is content being by herself, and fans also love this about her. Todd and Julie loved her response to them trying to get her to date. What do you think about this? Would you like to see her as the main role on the show? Sound off in the comments below. We would love to hear your thoughts. When it comes to television's most unlikely queens, Nanny Faye Chrisley might just take the crown. At 80 years old, the beloved mother of Todd Chrisley has never been shy about her wit, her charm, or her mischievous sense of humor. Fans of Chrisley knows best adored her for years as the sassy matriarch who could outsmart her own children, place a risky bet at the casino, or dish out Southern wisdom with a sharp edge. But now, thanks to a surprising nudge from Julie Chrisley, whispers are swirling that Nanny Faye could be in line for an entirely new role, the next Golden Bachelorette. Julie Chrisley's hint sends fans buzzing. Julie Chrisley has always been the grounding presence in the often chaotic Chrisley household. Known for her patience, elegance, and unwavering support for her family, even during their most public scandals, Julie recently gave fans a reason to gasp with excitement. In a candid conversation with a friend, she joked that if anyone deserved roses, limos, and dozens of suitors chasing her affection, it was none other than Nanny Faye. She'd be perfect for it, Julie allegedly teased, her eyes twinkling. Lord knows she's got more personality than half of Hollywood. Imagine Nanny Faye with 20 men fighting over her. She'd have them all in line before the first cocktail party. Whether Julie meant it as a light-hearted comment or a serious suggestion, the spark has ignited something bigger. Fans, already captivated by ABC's spin-off, The Golden Bachelor, are imagining what it might look like if Faye Chrisley were the leading lady. Why Nanny Faye would be the perfect Golden Bachelorette. To understand why Julie's hint carries weight, one has to look back at what made Nanny Faye such a standout on Chrisley Knows Best. Her humor. Nanny Faye is quick with a joke, often poking fun at Todd, her grandchildren, and even herself. That kind of charisma would make for unforgettable television, especially during those tense rose ceremonies. Her honesty, she never bites her tongue. If a suitor came on the show for fame instead of love, Nanny Faye would spot it instantly, and likely tell him off with a twinkle in her eye. Her southern charm, between her love of sweet tea, her bold fashion choices, and her deep faith, she embodies the kind of authenticity audiences crave in reality television. Her courage. Nanny Faye has endured health struggles, personal challenges, and the turmoil of her family's legal battles, all with grace. Seeing her step into the spotlight as a woman reclaiming joy would inspire viewers everywhere. The Golden Bachelorette meets Chrisley charm. Picture the premiere episode. A black limousine pulls up, cameras pan to the driveway, and there she is. Nanny Faye in a glittering gown, her hair perfectly coiffed, her trademark grin lighting up the screen. She waves to her army of suitors, met in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s, each one holding a rose, a quirky gift, or maybe even a homemade pie to impress her. Instead of the usual nerves and stammering introductions, Nanny Faye would likely steal the spotlight right away. Lord have mercy, she might quip, fanning herself dramatically. I haven't seen this many men lined up for me since the county fair in 1962. Viewers would erupt in laughter, and just like that, she'd win over America. How the show could change reality TV. Julie Chrisley's suggestion doesn't just make for fun gossip. It raises a bigger question about what audiences want from shows like The Golden Bachelorette. While the franchise has traditionally centered on younger contestants searching for fairy tale love, the Golden spin-offs have proven that stories about romance later in life can be just as compelling, if not more so. Nanny Faye's involvement could push the franchise to new heights. Imagine episodes filled with playful banter, casino-themed group dates, and even Southern-style cookouts where she tests her suitors' cornbread making skills. Instead of the usual drama fueled by jealousy, we'd likely see humorous rivalries between gentlemen vying for her attention, with plenty of Nanny Faye one-liners to tie it all together. And who wouldn't want to watch her interrogate each man with questions like, do you own a boat? Can you two-step? And more importantly, can you handle a feisty grandma who knows her way around a blackjack table? Julie's vision for Faye's future. Those closest to the Chrisleys know that Julie has always been Nanny Faye's biggest cheerleader. While Todd often rolled his eyes at his mother's antics, Julie embraced them. She has often said that Faye's zest for life is what keeps the family laughing even during dark times.